All right, the moment you've all been waiting for. Got my notes, got my bike, got my coffee. Time for the long-term review of the Polygon Siskiu T8. All right, so let's get right into it. Why should you watch my review of the Polygon Siskiu T8 versus the dozens of others that are online? Well, when I was researching the bike for myself to see if this was gonna fit the bill for me, all I found were videos and reviews from either vendors of the bike, from, I got all the cats here, vendors of the bike, or people that have been sponsored by Polygon or Bikes Online or some other vendor and got the bike either at a discount or sent to them for review for free, or a pro rider that might be way above your skill level. They were way above mine, of course. So there was no real reviews from normal guys, people that are looking at their first full suspension, riding local trails, starting to venture out, looking for something that can progress with them. So that's what this is. No offense to all my other YouTube friends out there that have reviewed the bike or are sponsored by Polygon now. Congratulations to you. But there's something called unconscious bias. You can't help to favor someone who's done something for you, that's helped you out, that's noticed you. And that's just the way humans are. I have no affiliation with Polygon. I am not a sponsored rider. I got jack diddly squat. I bought this with my own money during the heart of the pandemic, so I paid more for it than you can get it for now. So yeah, you can trust me. I'm on the third season with my Polygon Siskiu T8 here, and I've put many miles on it, ranging from some of the toughest, most fun, iconic trails in Pisgah to several bike park days at Kanuga, Beach, Sugar, Rocky Knob, and I even entered a local XC race with it. That didn't go so well. So let's zero in on a few highlights on why I love my Polygon Siskiu T8. So number one, it's a great base. It can grow with you. Comes with Fox suspension right out the gate. You get the Fox DPS and the Fox 34 up front. It comes with Tektro 4-pop brakes, which work great. I've had no issues with these things whatsoever. They stop me every time I want. It comes with a pretty decent sized dropper post. Comes with real pedals. Obviously I've changed these out, but it does come with real alloy pedals that you can get away with for quite a long time. And even though I've got the Maxxis minions on here today, it does come with either you'll get the Schwalbe Hans Damp, what a hard thing to say, or the V-Tire Co. I think it's the Flow Snaps, which are actually quite nice. As soon as these wear out, I plan on wearing those things out instead of buying new tires, so they're actually pretty nice. It comes with a decent 35 mil handlebar with a nice fit to it, and the saddle that came on it, I actually did not like it, but it would get by. It had some slick spots on it that seemed to get caught on your shorts. Anyway, it's a great base. The second thing I really love about my Polygon Siskiu T8 is its looks. It's real sharp. Back when I ordered it, it only came in this purple paint job, which I was a little skeptical of, but they've got these iridescent logos on both the top tube and the bottom tube down here. And this one, it reflects kind of this matte rainbow, which is just fantastic. Obviously, I changed out some of my decals on the Fox suspension to match, and I really set it off with this Race Face Cash Money handlebar. All right, the third thing I really love about my Polygon Siskiu T8, and probably the most important thing to me, and probably you too, is how reliable this thing has been. I'm on my third season. I got the 2021 model, which is the unrevised, that doesn't have the extra gussets on the seat post, and I've not had any issues. Never a mechanical that's left me stranded, never a need to do any major repairs. In fact, I've done none. I've not repaired anything on this bike that came on it from Polygon. And you might think, maybe I'm just really good at maintaining my bike. Maybe I take really great care of it. You'd be wrong. She gets ridden hard and put away wet most of the time. It's lucky if it gets clean before the next ride. Usually I just wipe off the chain or make sure it's lubed, make sure the pressure's right, and we just send it. And I'm not a smooth rider. Remember, I got this thing so that I could progress. I was a newbie. I'm still a newbie. It gets jumped when it shouldn't be. It gets dropped hard. I wreck all the time, as you can see in this footage here. And I'm still learning, but it never lets me down. It always handles it. Now let's talk about why I hate my Polygon Siskiu T8. The first thing and the worst thing is this janky dropper post lever. The dropper post itself has been fine, but this lever, I've adjusted it, I fixed it, I've done all kinds of things. My buddies that have the Polygons also complain about it. One, my brother-in-law, he has his all taped up just so it'll still work. So it's probably going to be on the upgrade list in the near future. So number 2 is that this bike is heavy. Now, why does the weight matter? A lot of people will say that doesn't matter, but I'm here to tell you, when you're climbing, when your friends are leaving you behind, and you're carrying the end of the caboose, you feel it. That's not to say that it's not a capable climber. It will get you to the top and will even overcome some rocky, steep terrain. It's just not going to do so quickly. The last thing I really hate, extremely hate about my Polygon Siskiu T8 is just how capable it is. It gives me no excuses to blame the bike. I never can say, well, if I just had a little bit more bike, I could do this thing. I've seen people that are way better than I am do way cooler things than I can with this bike. So I never can blame the bike. It's always gonna be me. Now let's talk about the middling things, the whelming things. The first are these wheels. They're not terrible. They're heavy. The spokes like to come loose, and I've had to true them quite a few times. Not only that, they're kind of noisy. You could probably listen to some of my old videos and find little noises, little pops and creaks here and there. And that's just the spokes making all kinds of racket as I hit the trails. Well, not exactly smoothly. The other quite whelming thing is the quality control. You can probably tell right here that this logo came off-centered. I mentioned that in my first ride review. The other really noticeable thing is something I probably should have fixed, but I just haven't felt like getting to it yet, is that the brake line for the front brake is just a little too short. And so you can see where it rubs on the head tube here. Those are just superficial scratches. They buff out when I clean it, but you can see that it is quite a problem. While we're on the topic, the cable routing leaves a little bit to be desired. The seat post cable comes out here and goes back in where they could have just kind of went in from the bottom. And this guy right here, well, it hasn't been a problem. That's a pretty tight fit right there. So with the pandemic bike shortage behind us, should you buy the Polygon Siskiu T8? Is it still a good value? In my humble opinion, just take a look at this price. It's an obvious yes. Both the T7 and the T8 are highly capable, reliable machines. We've not had an ounce of trouble out of either. So that gives riders like you and me who are looking to take their first foray into a capable full suspension mountain bike a really budget-friendly option. Between my brother-in-law and I, we have 5 Polygons and none have given us an ounce of trouble. We have beat the heck out of these things and they just keep on ticking. I believe the frame crack issues are a very vocal minority, and even that vocal minority have been getting the warranty service from Bikes Online and Polygon. They've been getting their frames. They've complained that it's taken too long, but that's just something you have to deal with when it's a direct-to-consumer company. You don't have a local bike shop to go to and handle the warranty for you. So how does it compare to other bikes? Should you get this? Should you get a Fuel EX? Should you get a T7? Well, I was in the same boat. I was extra fortunate. I got to throw my leg over both the T7 and the Fuel EX prior to buying my T8. While the Fuel EX was quite capable, it was almost $1,000 more than the Polygon Siskiu T7. And when I got to ride the T7 for the first time at Rocky Knob Bike Park, I was blown away with how capable it felt, how fast it felt compared to my hardtail. I expected it to be a little slower and heavier and just kind of lug around, but it was right at home at Rocky Knob, and I immediately felt more confident on it than my Trek Stash that I was riding at the time. So come here. Why did I choose the T8 then, if the T7 was the one that got me wanting the bike? Well, that really boils down to 3 reasons. The first, I'm still a 13-year-old boy inside, and the thought of having Fox racing products appealed to me greatly. My research at the time showed me that the Fox DPS and the Fox Rhythm 34 were a great option for intermediate riders. So my hope was that maybe I wouldn't feel the urge to upgrade quite as quickly. Second reason is I ordered this bike during the heart of the pandemic. Bikes Online and Polygon were one of the only brands actually shipping bikes at the time, so kudos to them for making it happen. With the T7's lower price point, it was uber popular, and so it was always unavailable. And I ultimately decided on the T8 above the T7 because I didn't want to be matchy-matchy with my brother-in-law. Alright, well that sums it up for my long-term Polygon Siskiu T8 review. If you like bikes and bike-related content as much as I do, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Turn on that bell notification so you won't miss a video. Be sure to comment and let me know what you think about the Polygon Siskiu T8. What other bikes do you consider in this price range? Anyway, until next time.
Shredtastic!